Air Miles Andy is officially back in the sky. After 6 years of being grounded faster than a teenager who crashed the family car, Prince Andrew can finally dust off his passport. The FBI just closed their investigation into his Jeffrey Epstein connections. And honestly, the timing is more suspicious than a royal denial statement. So grab your tea and crumpets because we're about to dive into the wildest royal travel ban comeback story that's got more twists than a pretzel factory. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Picture this, it's 2019. And Prince Andrew walks into what he probably thought was just another BBC interview. Little did he know, he was about to deliver the most catastrophic royal performance since Charles tried to explain why he wanted to be a tampon. The infamous Newsnight interview didn't just end his career. It launched him into self-imposed exile faster than you can say I don't sweat. For 6 years, the Duke of York has been holed up at Royal Lodge in Windsor, terrified that stepping foot outside the UK would result in handcuffs quicker than a royal wedding. And honestly, fair play to him for having that level of self-awareness. It's more than we usually get from this family. Now, here's where it gets deliciously ironic. This is the same man who once earned the nickname Air Miles Andy, because he treated the royal jet like his personal Uber. In 2014 alone, he visited 15 countries in what he generously called working visits. That's almost 4 times more than Prince William and 6 more than any other royal. The man racked up 66,800 air miles in 1 year. That's like going around the world nearly 3 times. But here's the kicker. His official role was supposedly focused on British entrepreneurs, education, science, and technology. Right? Because nothing says supporting British business like a quick jaunt to 15 different countries. It's like saying you're on a diet while inhaling an entire chocolate factory. The Epstein scandal hit the royal family like a meteorite hitting a garden party. Andrew was forced to step down as a working royal in 2019 following his car crash BBC Newsnight interview. And let's be honest, calling it a car crash is being generous. This was more like a multi-vehicle pileup with added explosions and a soundtrack of yakety sax. From that moment, Andrew basically became the royal equivalent of a flight risk criminal. Except he grounded himself. His last international flight was on a private jet to Bahrain in 2022. Desperately trying to get money to fund his stay at Royal Lodge by flogging his pitch at Palace Initiative. Imagine being so financially strapped that you have to sell your business ideas just to afford your own house arrest. US prosecutors claimed 6 months later that he had provided zero cooperation. Zero. That's like promising to help with the dishes and then hiding in the bathroom until someone else does them. Classic Andrew move. Really? The investigation stretched on for years like a particularly tedious royal engagement. In 2020, the FBI had asked the UK Home Office to assist in bringing Andrew in for questioning. But the investigation was mysteriously put on hold in 2024. Put on hold? That's government speak for we've got bigger fish to fry, and this particular fish has very expensive lawyers. Meanwhile, Andrew's anxiety levels were higher than the Queen's hat collection. His stress reached peak royal panic in January when it was revealed that he had kept in contact with Epstein for longer than previously thought. Because nothing says I'm totally innocent like maintaining a friendship with a convicted sex offender. The plot thickened like overly stirred porridge. Virginia Giuffre, who accused Andrew of abusing her when she was 17, tragically died at her farm in Australia at age 41 in an apparent suicide. Andrew has always strenuously denied these claims and settled the case in 2022 without accepting any wrongdoing. Because nothing says I'm confident in my innocence like throwing money at a problem until it goes away. Plot twist alert. This week, a leaked memo revealed that the FBI has formally closed its investigation into Andrew's ties with Jeffrey Epstein, effectively clearing him for international travel after years of self-imposed exile. The timing? More convenient than a royal PR team with a crisis to bury. The FBI has officially declared that no charges will be brought against Prince Andrew, effectively clearing him for international travel after years of alleged self-imposed exile. Alleged self-imposed exile, because let's be real, when the FBI wants to chat and you're connected to Jeffrey Epstein, your travel plans tend to become rather limited. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The investigation also confirmed that there was no evidence that Epstein kept a client list, which is about as shocking as discovering that water is wet. Of course, there's no client list. That would be like keeping receipts for your international conspiracy activities. According to Palace insiders, and by Palace insiders, we mean sources who wished not to be named, royal code for someone who definitely shouldn't be talking, Andrew will finally feel it safe to travel without the FBI hanging over his head like a particularly persistent paparazzi drone. As one source told The Sun, he has always been very nervous about going abroad and felt he'd always be looking over his shoulder as he could be subject to civil action or at worst, being arrested. Nervous about going abroad? This from the man who once treated international travel like a competitive sport. Virginia Giuffre had condemned the FBI's decision as disgraceful and degrading to victims before her tragic death. Her voice represented countless others who felt that justice had been served about as effectively as a soggy sandwich at a royal garden party. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the prince in the palace? As that unnamed source asked, what's he supposed to do with the rest of his life? He hasn't been convicted of any crime and can't sit around doing nothing at Royal Lodge forever. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green. Sophie's proving that environmental activism isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. Until next time, keep munching on those eco-friendly royal cookies.